What is good, team? We are back in for the final session of this week. Upper body. Before a rest day tomorrow and a high day. And then the travel begins. We head down to Melbourne on Monday. So we've got a big day. We're going to drive down to Sydney from the Central Coast to the airport. We're going to fly to Melbourne. And depending on what time we can check into the Airbnb, might try and get a workout in beforehand. And then go check in because we land at like 11 a.m. or something like that. But very exciting. So the last show of the season, last state show was done today. So we've seen all the winners for Classic Physique moving into the Nationals Pro Qualifier next weekend. So all I've got to say is I'm very excited. It's going to be a big week. It's going to be an awesome show. And I can't wait to take you guys along for the ride. So we'll get stuck into today. We've got a couple of back exercises to knock out before we move on to chest. I'm just looking to rinse it, man. It's the last week. Last week to just get better, make improvements, and turn up next weekend on the Pro Qualifier undeniable. So we'll get stuck in. First working set here. Small low jump from last week. Aiming for that sort of 8 to 12, 10 to 15 rep range. And that's all there is to it. Alright, row's done. Onto lat pull down. So again, a little low jump here from last week. I did get on my reps, so just taking a small low jump, one plate, 8 to 12 reps. So if the reps come down a little bit, not too concerned. Main priority here is just load maintenance or slight progression. So I guess just even talking about this week in general and the lead up to the show. What are we, like 8 days out? The show's next Sunday. It's crunch time. So I guess from my end, probably a little bit of an apology in advance for the lack of educational material, the lack of enthusiasm during these sessions, but it's more just I'm almost going like back cave mode, just getting it done and just still in the habit of putting out content for you guys in an effort to kind of show you the realities of contest prep. And it's not always fun and pretty and exciting. Sometimes it's just fucking get the work in and get it done, and that's what this week's about. So a lot of the videos you guys will see this week is probably just me suffering to a degree, just getting through the sessions. I have just about enough energy to get through the session, let alone film and make content. So I'm taking it as a big win. I'm even filming today, but nonetheless, we get it done. Aiming for first set here, see how we go, at least 10. Alrighty, pull down's done. Onto our one working set on the chest supported lever row. And this is a question I got the other day about like structuring your pull sessions or just structuring your training around your weekly setup depending on like what other sessions you're doing during the week. So the way it kind of worked out this week is I had my heavy hinges yesterday, so my heavy RDLs. So probably not the wisest idea to do any unsupported barbell row variation. So doing like a bent over barbell row or a Smith row or anything where I was unsupported. So it makes the most logical sense to just stay on something supported where the lower back fatigue from yesterday's session won't inhibit my ability to progress my back training here. So doing this gives me really great output for my upper back, my lats, my rear delts, everything that I want to train without my lower back fatiguing first. So it means I can get really good stimulus to the muscles I'm trying to train without other things kind of becoming the limiting factor. So I think that really goes down to how you set up your programming when it comes to many different factors, especially even like leg training. You know, you want to avoid things that fatigue the lower back before you go into like squats and things like that, and vice versa. You want to avoid like unsupported barbell rows after you've squatted because the lower back fatigue will carry over. So when you're looking at program design, it's not only sessions that you need to worry about, it's how that carryover, you know, affects other sessions, either side of the things you're trying to train. All right, chest supported rows are done. That was same load as last week, 2 extra reps. So maxed out the rep range for that one, which was the objective of that. So straight arm pull over, we had 15 reps last week at 8 plates. So logically, we need to go up to stay in that rep range. So 9 plates here, aiming for anywhere between 10 to 15. So really emphasizing that big stretch. And I really utilize this one to really open up my thoracic as well. Get a big nasty stretch in the pecs, in the lats, and just open up that thoracic spine in general. All right, we're into chest. So I had to just change the sequence a little bit on this just because some of the things I wanted to use first were busy. So we're gonna start with dumbbell press first, and then maybe flies second, machine press third. But last week we got 10 at 50 kilos, so we're staying at 50 kilos. I'm gonna shoot for 11 or 12. I'll be really happy if I get that, or at least maintain 10. I'd be very happy there as well. These are certainly getting hard, but doing it first in the workout, maybe a little bit fresher. We shall see. But we'll get stuck in. Ooh. Dumbbell press is done. I got my 12 reps, so 2 reps up from last week at 50 kilos, which is a nice little rep PR. So with that one set out of the way, 2 sets of flies to finish, 2 sets of machine press, and we are done and dusted for this push, upper body session. Press done, fly done, machine press to finish, 2 sets here, probably just gonna go AMRAP, full stack last week for like sets of 15, so I'm gonna try and do the same. I did do it like second, I think, so this is last. So I'll probably end up matching reps because my chest is so pumped already. So we'll do it, and then we're out of here. Gonna go food shopping, get organized, and then the show goes on tomorrow. The chaos begins. Oh, it's so awkward. All right, that is us done, guys. We're resting tomorrow, high carb day. And then Monday, I think we'll be at probably Undefeated Lifting Club in Melbourne. So we're gonna get off the plane there, probably go train and then check into the Airbnb. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. Get some cool content. It's probably one of the best gyms in the country, potentially in the world at the moment. It's fucking incredible. So very excited to take you guys along for the ride. But as always, appreciate the support on the channel. If you get any value at all, make sure you like, comment, share, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys for phase 2 of this contest prep, road to nationals, road to pro card, all that fun stuff. And then we go on to phase 3, which is world domination, first up London. So I'll see you guys next time.